Okay. Hi. So. Hi. Hi. Okay, so here we are. And besides the fact that I forgot about the microphone, I'm going to set an intention right now. I'm going to remember that when I speak, I'm going to speak into the microphone. But what I did preceding, I think you will all be proud of me about. I have a place where we're starting, and that is that. Who's here? What's up, number one, Josh? Hi, Jade. Jorge, get it? Or it can be what I wrote first, and then H-E. I think this one's better. Hey, H-E-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, I hope everyone's amazing. We're on season 21 episode. You know what it is. It's in the thing. For some reason, I want to say 27, but I feel like it's definitely 17. There's a 7 involved. This is the part I wanted to see that we sort of like slid past before. I haven't seen all of it, but there's something happening with something that I think is going to be relevant, and the new format is I'm going to stop myself and speak into this. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Let's do our first rise. We've got a TV back.
Danielle!
Top of the TV.
Oh, Josh Pittman. You look kind of like Danielle.
Songs for show. We're going to do one of our patented rises. I can't believe nobody's copied this from us yet.
Did you like the timing on this? You're welcome.
To buy a $500 riser and set it up. They don't know how to screw it in, probably. You know. So we're going to do a rise. And
I feel like we haven't had a proper like rise.
It'll all be explained.
And
Are you
it
guys ready
excited
for this? 1, 2, 3, kick it! Get it? There we go. It does it by itself now. I only hit the button once. Have I ever done the violin to this? Anyone can play the violin or just go. Not there.
Empress of Mystery.
Here, it's gonna stop on its own.
Redbar Rewind.
Welcome to Redbar TV. Comes out of the ground. This is a frame TV, of course. Not the best picture quality, I'll tell you that. Hard to show a TV on a talk show. It's hard to show a TV videotaping a real TV. That's why everyone does it.
I'll let you know in the next 15 seconds.
Picture on their shows.
But the rise
with
was
OBS. We like everything to be. Okay. We don't like any graphics really on the screen.
So we did get here
please, everybody, treat each other with the utmost respect. Talk to each.
Okay, we were there. We're gonna skip that. We're going to start here-ish.
Tonight at 7 p.m., the online store link. Okay, Jules, please remind me to... Excuse me, I'm out of breath because I just ran all the way down our hallway into what's called the stock room of the Redbar Studios. We have a stock room where I keep this bag. Let's get rid of all this. Of all the other Cheap Champion shirts that we've done in the past. I save every shirt here. What I'm hoping here is
familiar,
that we can find another exact Bella Canvas shirt from last time. Maybe they used the same shirts. 2 bears, 1 cave. So let's see. And then it should be identical, right? Now, I like to weigh as much as the next guy. I like to weigh them. No, I don't know.
I don't know how to say that screen name out loud, and I don't want to try.
We'll just feel it.
No, that's not the same shirt. Let's see what Joe Rogan's got here.
They're saying put something else down on plus the shirt and subtract.
No, it won't work. It still won't be enough weight, right, to add.
It'll just be the same.
This could be the same shirt. I think the Joe Rogan Comedy Mothership is an identical cut. Although I don't have the label. I don't know why I'm... I think this is the same shirt. Let me check. This is what I do all week. Oh, Cheap Champions board. This could be the same identical shirt as Comedy Mothership, and we could write them in at the same weight for now. I'm just matching up all this fabric here. Yep, we've got identical. Nearly
I think
identical.
it's so funny how he does this.
Check the sleeves.
But I also
This is what I do all week.
I
I'm in there with
appreciate
my
it.
little
He purchases it
jeweler's
at full
glasses
price.
doing stuff like this.
He checks it out and he gives his opinion.
Yeah, this is it's a little different.
Oh, if Liz comes, I have a question for Liz.
Well,
Anyone that knows about
this on hold.
merch.
Yeah, we're just going to have to come back with a new scale here and figure this one out. We don't have an identical match here. I think this would be the same. This feels the same. And I bet Joe and Tom use the same merch company, don't you think?
So if that's the case, last time we did Cheap Champions, the Two Bears One Cave shirt was heavier than the Comedy Mothership. So that means they've downgraded.
Let's just do this. Let's do a temporary for now, okay? But we will. Here's the sample. We'll save the sample.
Save that.
I'll gather all this after the show. Should I throw the? Oh, nope. We're gonna get rid of that. Let's just write it in as a tie. Is the same as Joe Rogan's for now.
I love that he has like a full inventory list on all this stuff.
That next week we will get another scale in here. That was very dangerous though. That scale. We're gonna have to find a better fabric scale than that one. And I don't like doing that thing with the tar. So let's write it in. Temp score. Temp score. Temp weight. Okay, we're gonna do 1.
I want to see like this full book.
1.
Like this
and
full
that's
notebook.
gonna bring.
I would love to see.
Poroso's coming in third here.
Angela.
That was going to happen. And the Cheap Champions board, again, is just as cheap as the T-shirts we review. So I'm going to call it that. And, yes, also my expertise could come into play. I mean, sometimes you need somebody to just judge it, like they do in one of those boxing matches. So here we go. Could throw in some music for the announcement here. There it is. Club Random, still the lightest shirt, but Comedy Mothership, Poroso's Next Level merch, temporarily tied for the same weight. To me, it's about the same. We will confirm next week, but I'm telling you, it's not going to be any heavier. It could only be lighter. I'll say that with my expertise, feeling it, touching it, comparing the stitching. I've been in this industry a long time. I know what I'm looking at. And I could probably do Cheap Champions just based on I could tell you how much what place they're going to come in, So there's that. And then Two Bears, One Cave. Not a nice looking list. Remember, there are no winners. If you're on this list, you're doing really bad things. All right, that was Cheap Champions. And let's move on. Let's go back to the stuff.
Speaking of merch, I just saw some hot-ass merch in the BBG that I am excited to buy.
You want to send that over?
I sent you the link.
Let me get rid of this scale here. This is a nice scale, though, if you're doing some other stuff with it. All right, we've got a link here. Let's get back to the show. Is this going to be a next up or messages?
Oh, that's so funny.
Ready? Let's see. Ooh, this Uncle Laser. Let's check it out. I'm trying to pull this up here. Uncle Laser's got some new merch. We're going to look into Uncle Laser soon.
A major laser.
Got a nice Uncle Laser segment coming up today.
I need this shirt so bad.
This is one of his shirts. Is he really selling this? Where we're just assuming he's selling it. Let's see what he says. New Uncle Laser merch drops. Let's get Uncle. Hey, can somebody remind me to get Uncle Laser merch sent to the studio so we could do Cheap Champions?
Yes, and that stuff looks high quality as hell.
It does. New Uncle Laser merch tonight at 7 p.m. The online store link. Okay, Jules, please remind me to buy this after the show so we could get this for Cheap Champions. He just cut this though. It's not going to come like that.
Uncle Laser shirt's only a respectful 30.
I don't know. This looks pretty thin, too.
I love you, Jade. I love you, Josh.
It doesn't look good.
I love you, Angela.
Look at that arm. Look how thin that looks around the arm. We'll weigh it. I'm assuming a lot of these are going to be the same. There she is.
On Uncle Laser's website, it says fabric weight 5.0 ounces per yard.
Compare that to a Bella Canvas shirt. We don't use that. Yeah, we'll be verifying.
Bella
and we might have a new
Canvas.
tool coming in soon to add to Cheap Champions where it's
It's a scanner
that scans the actual blend of the fabric. It'll tell you if it's 100% cotton or if it's 100% polyester or whatever that. So we might be adding another
Is Jolene here?
method.
Jolene, I have to listen to your message.
Judging
I will do
these.
it after that.
Brochino shirts. Okay, that was Cheap Champions.
Sorta.
Should we light up a
Back to your
doobie?
list. Yes.
Light up a doobie and go back to the list. And then we got to do Red Bar Wild because we've got an amazing Red Bar in the Wild coming up here on our big comeback episode. Okay, let's get all of our tools. And why don't we smoke a little shisha while listening to another one of these songs that came in. We got 6 different listener songs. So which one did we hear last time? We heard
Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
That
Did
was
I
a good
delete
one,
that?
by the way.
No, okay. Let's hear another one. This is Joshua Hammond again. He's been writing a lot of songs for the show. You said,
He's
shit,
our
because it's just...
Crack-a-Miko at this
Well,
point.
he's getting better, and this is one of his best pieces, I think. This one is called Fools in My Heart by a listener of ours named Joshua Hammond. Let's take a listen while we take just a few puffs of Shmee. There we go. Cheers.
I am the original. Red Bar, motherfucker.
Look at my lighter today.
So if you guys don't know, these are people that wrote songs and sent them in to Mike and
Josh Hammond, everybody.
Ryan, is Chris here? I'm texting Chris.
Okay.
I'm texting your boyfriend, Ryan. I texted our thread, but clearly he didn't get
It's a
it.
wonderful thing. Fool is more than just a guy on a screen.
Do some dissolves.
I love you,
And I
Ryan.
don't mean to be mean, but every fool I've ever seen is like a vending machine.
This is another song, Ryan, that they sent in to Mike and Joel. Remember the first one?
Josh Hammond.
Mistakes, errors, flubs, slips, trips, boobs, blunders, boners, fails,
Boobs,
goofs,
blood,
boo-boos.
boners.
I'll never forget
What?
when I saw the Lee on YouTube. I was like, woo-hoo, made me feel like.
Joshua Hammond, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Why does that name sound familiar? Is he like a singer? Joshua Hammond?
So I got this list. I wanted to see if anything on this list excites us. This is stuff we missed here while we were away, while I was rotting away. Here, let's check this out. Things that happened here on Red Bar. I hope everybody saw the thing with 21 Savage and Aiden Ross. Did people see? And I want to see in the chat
Is he
how many
playing video
people saw
games?
the thing where
Tell him I
21
want to see a
Savage
comment from
scammed
him. I want to make Chris a
Aiden Ross
moderator.
by
Shouldn't we?
cheating at cards. Even worse than cheating, he used mock cards. How many people saw that? Press 1 if you know all about it and you know that 21 Savage is a crook. Press 2 if, oh no, I really didn't hear about that. I'd like to see what people know about that because we've got a side of the story that nobody is talking about, an exclusive. Of course, we just saw 21 Savage with Shane Gillis hosting SNL, which we got to go over because I got some inside info on that one as well. Stuff that Joke World missed, which I'm pretty disappointed about.
Yes, people know about the 21 Savage thing.
Okay, good. A lot of people. A nice, healthy amount.
I'm seeing all ones.
Good. Well, they don't know what we're going to show them. There's no way because, of course, just like everything else in the world,
Ryan?
and this is a perfect representation of, how when you see a viral video,
We can, like,
you go to
use
Twitter,
files,
here's some
right?
crazy viral video or an incident that happened. And whoever's making the video, right as the incident happens, they cut the tape, right? Don't be always cut the damn tape and
Oh my
then
gosh,
you go, come
Ryan,
on."
do you remember the
And
stupid
you want to see
Red Bar
more,
in
and
the
then you gotta
wild
hunt
that someone
around for
tried to
full
do to you?
versions of stuff, right? We all go through this. I go through this every day. If I were posting a viral video, I would start with the good stuff, show you, and then I'd let the tape roll to show you how it resolved, how it wrapped up. I don't know what these people are hiding. trying to hide here
Okay.
with cutting the tape, and they've done this.
Guys, I'm going to give you an example because Ryan's here. Ryan, you're here, right? Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I've talked about this, but Ryan wasn't on the live. My friend Ryan works. Like most people, she has a job. If you guys don't know what Red Bar in the Wild is, this is what it's definitely not. So Ryan's at her work, a couple months ago, right, Ryan? Yeah, we have to tell it. And this fucking guy, she was talking to somebody, and somehow Red Bar came up, somehow my name came up. Ryan, fill in the blanks of what I don't. But this guy pulls out his phone and starts recording, Red Bar's but Ryan and me don't count. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? We're friends of the show. And I sent it to Mike. I was like, Mike, I'm so sorry in advance. Because then the guy was like, oh, I sent it to Red Bar. I sent it to Mike. I was like, what's wrong with you? What is literally wrong with you? Okay, so that is not Red Bar in the Wild. Don't harass people's friends at
Since
work.
the 90s. Anytime you see a video, it's a guy gets hit by a car, boom, then they cut the tape. Show me.
I still can't with that.
As long as it
Ryan,
can run, let it run. Let it run till the sun goes down. And they clean up the area and everybody's home. Because those moments are sometimes more important, sometimes most important.
Now there's a lot of twos, so you should show the little...
Ryan, it was so
That's why I
intense.
asked. So 21 Savage, she's the rapper that goes, 22, 22, 22. 21 Savage, I've never really liked him. There was a time, I'll tell you this, when I first heard 21 Savage, I hated him. I hated his
And then he
fucking
found me on
guts.
Instagram. Remember,
I said,
Ryan?
this
That guy
cannot be
found
what
me on
rap
Instagram.
becomes.
doing?
We could not be muttering like this. But, I just thought back to a time, and maybe you would know the date on this, but I think I was driving to secondary high school. I was kicked out of high school, of course, and for a few months I went to a 2-hour-a-day
Hi, Nick
school,
Murphy.
3-hour-a-day
This is
school.
the Red Bar
that was in the,
Oscar show.
parking lot of a
Welcome.
Denny's.
Is the Oscars on right now?
And many days,
Yeah,
I just wouldn't
competing
even
with
go.
the
I would
Oscars.
get in my Eagle Talon. Yep, I had an Eagle Talon. It was a very cool car. Look up Eagle Talon.
I know that car.
I'd get in my Eagle Talon because there was no other way to get to the school besides driving yourself. I'd get in my Eagle Talon. I would go to the secondary school. And many days I would just say, you know what? Let's keep listening to the radio and keep smoking cigarettes, right? And keep driving north. Sometimes, Jules, really, this would happen.
I love
All right,
you, Ryan.
Mom and Dad, I'm leaving for school. I promise I'm going to go this time. You get in the car. You're driving down north on Milwaukee Avenue. It was just a one shot. Once I get to Milwaukee Avenue, it's a one shot till I get to school. Well, guess what? If you pass the school and keep going north on Milwaukee Avenue, you get to actual Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I didn't go that far. I think maybe it only goes to Madison, Wisconsin, but it's the same thing. It would definitely go to Great America. So imagine that. Imagine how far you would have to drive to get to a Six Flags. That answer should be at least 2 hours. If you have any kind of sense. I hope nobody lives that close to a Six Flags where you could get there in 15 minutes. That means you live
I'm going to
in
do
a
an
town where the
Oscars hair look,
troops
okay? I
are
don't know
sent
what's
to
going to
live,
happen,
probably.
but something will happen.
Where every house has a small, tiny tree planted out front because it's a brand new fake neighborhood that they've forced you to live in. You live in Gurney, do you? God bless your soul. So I would keep driving. Sometimes I'd end up in Milwaukee. And then by the time I would get to, or not Milwaukee,
This is
that
my
would be a
Oscars
lie.
look. How do you like it?
Past Six Flags, past Gurney Mills, sometimes entering the Wisconsin border. Then by that time, it was time to drive home because the 2-hour, 3-hour school was over. And then
Don't
you would
fucking
show
care
up and
about the
pretend
Oscars.
you went to school.
Sorry,
How was
that's
school?
alright.
Oh, it was
This
great.
is my Oscars hair, though.
What did they know? There were no cell phones. They couldn't contact the teacher. They didn't know the number to the school. That was hard to get back then. So, what was my point with this? Skip school, drive to Milwaukee.
Skip school, drive to
there's a big story behind this, a big learning element to the story, which was on one of those days where I was skipping school, driving north. I'm listening to B96 or Power 105.7 or one of these all black. And when you live in, the Chicagoland area, you get a dozen all black gangsta hip hop radio stations. Okay. And this is when hip hop was pretty derogatory. This was when hip hop was pretty.
The NWA days,
for
Michael.
blacks. Your parents weren't allowing hip hop to be shared while the whole family was in the car. It wasn't something.
My brother used to
something
listen
they
to some intense hip hop that
but I remember hearing on the radio.
I had friends that were not allowed to hang out with me anymore because I played NWA for them, but I didn't really even know what they were saying.
Kanye Tibbet.
Is Kanye going to the Oscars?
He's not. Did you see on Instagram? He's complaining publicly, whining and complaining and throwing a fit because Instagram, he can't change his display name to Ye. They won't allow it, right? His username is locked and he wants to change it to Ye now. So he's in a big back and forth now with Instagram, publicly fighting with them until they've cowered to change the name. And now what? Now everything's going to be good?
Okay, hold on. You gotta take a pause break. So if you're just getting here, you're just seeing this video and you don't know my, you don't know how to read lips. This is my Oscar hair because we just realized it was the Oscars. So Ryan just came up with a really good question. Who is Oscar? Who is Oscar anyway? What's the story? Was Oscar a real person? All I can say, I do not know. I'm ignorant, meaning lacking knowledge. But I feel like all those gold men, they show all those gold men. And those gold men are there year round, by the way. I feel like those are all the Oscars. That could be a thing. I'm not sure. Does anybody know about that? It's such a weird, ritualistic thing-ish.
Will it all be restored?
Right? All of those
Kanye,
shows.
I've never called him
to celebrate
themselves. His mother didn't approve the name. She died under his boob job surgery that he did. People don't want to talk about that. Kanye's mom died because Kanye was paying for her to get lipo or a boob job or something like that. Yeah,
Kanye lost his mom because she got lipo.
So,
how does that even
happen?
Kanye
West was playing on the radio when I went there, and I remember my first instinct to Kanye West let's face it, cut to now, I've spent over $22,000 on Kanye West merch and ticketing and events.
So, I just want to playing devil's advocate, maybe, pun or no pun intended. So people they're flashing Illuminati signs. They're like this, or they're like this, or they're like this, or whatever. It's I don't know, guys. How many of those things are I have been down rabbit holes and I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me that somebody goes like this and that means they're pledging okay, where's the conversation? Do you see what I'm saying? This seems a bit cheeky and almost because it brings attention people do it or something, but okay, shit, what, that, that, I don't know, I think almost it's become a thing that became a thing before maybe it wasn't a thing or was, right? There's that guy Anton LaVey. There's funny enough, the founder of, I'm not gonna even say it, it's a religion. Hubbard dude was very much in alignment with LaVey. Followed another guy. Who am I thinking of? The guy preceded all of them, Crowley. So all that stuff, yeah, that's a thing. But then, the other stuff, is it a thing? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just asking for a friend.
So, $22,000 to a man who, back when I was cutting from school and driving to Madison, I heard him, announce for the first time on the radio. And I remember being livid, thinking of him the exact same way I thought of 21 Savage when I first heard him, which is, okay, this is all gone to hell. Listen to this guy's voice. This is so sloppy. I can't believe this is happening. Really, I was outraged when I heard the part where it goes, got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Whatever
What's
that
the devil
was.
sign? Tell me, I don't know.
What the fuck? Like, that it was the biggest slop. And it was also recorded in little chunks, and you could hear the overlaps of line to line, stop, pause, and record again. Steph, remember that? And I couldn't believe it. I go, this is the end of it all. I mean, this is so unprofessional. This is so junky. And for about 6 or 7 months, that's how I felt. And again, cut to now, I'm worshiping Kanye West, doing whatever he says, buying whatever he needs. I've given him my credit card. I said, whenever you put something out, just run it on the card. He's got a special program for that.
You have to constantly attend to Oscar.
So that is how I thought about 21 Savage, the guy that we're about to show you something that you've never seen. He was just the musical guest with Shane Gillis on SNL. So you guys all had to watch him there. A lot of people were going, who's this fucking animal? What the fuck? His music could come. Just like I once thought when I heard 21. Then I got within a time period where I almost allowed them to trick me into accepting 21 Savage as,
is a totally
okay, I could
story.
understand why. Because sometimes there's this zone you could get in with 21 Savage, and it could sound...
How much money you got? A lot.
It's very interesting, but it shouldn't be. And the only reason you're getting into this zone, it's actually unexplainable, right? But it does have something to do with how it's not something you're going to want to hear. That would bum people out, I think. But I was wrong. I think I was wrong about this. 21 Savage needs to do better. We saw his SNL performance. It really reminded me of Ice Spice, who I now understand, and I shouldn't. I should go back to when I first dated her. This is just a retard. She literally, I swear I thought that was part of my impression of her when she first came out. Didn't I say I farted?
Yes, I swear.
I swear, when I first introduced Redbar to Ice Spice, and I understand you've seen her before me, but this was the first time I had seen her. And when
Lily
I first talked about
Lopez.
her, I think within the impression, I said something about farting.
I just moved 1 inch.
Oops,
I
I did
pulled a
fart.
muscle. Okay.
And now she puts out a song 2 weeks ago. I don't even want to
She
say
went
it.
with
I'm too
Taylor Swift to the
embarrassed
Super Bowl.
to
I
say
know
it. And now I
this.
can't even use the word cringe because Sydney Sweeney in her new movie, Anything But Now, with her on a boat in the granny panties.
Oh, Willie, this is my
in
Oscar hat.
giant brassiere.
So it's the Oscars.
I'm watching that movie,
Oscar
and the
hat.
guy goes, "Oh, that's so cringe," and she goes, "Saying cringe is so cringe," in that voice.
You internalized that, huh?
No. I go, "Oh dear, here we go. We're not allowed to say cringe now. Somebody's come up with this."
They
Okay, well-
are telling us.
Well, who came up? I feel like this was a
were
miss. This
telling
is,
me
you know what?
this,
I'll tell
a
you.
year and a half ago.
The people who were saying you can't say cringe now, it isn't the cool Zoomers, okay? It's the
I can say
Stanley
whatever I
Cup
want, but I don't particularly
woman
like that word.
version of people coming up with rules. It's very off base. They think they have something going with this. I don't know if you've noticed this. Maybe you're not following. There are some people out there, and they're not even really Zoomers themselves. These are people who think they understand Zoomers. There are some people out there who are claiming the word cringe is now an out-of-date boomer millennial word.
What are we supposed to say? We need a new one.
But again, it's the same thing as the people who say that are the same people who are like, oh no, if you're anyone in the know, you have a Stanley. It's like, no. Stanleys are for the losers and idiots and dipshits. Stanleys are for this lady. I drew Chelsea from, oh, that's not her.
We remember this drawing.
Chelsea
Her chest.
from Love is Blind. These are the women
The moon.
who think Stanleys are good and we're... But Stanleys are actually for a class of people that is really, really stupid. We're above those people by many, many classes. Yet they think that they're wearing the Yeezys. They think they're wearing the turtle doves.
Someone says, Mike, you said you were
Finally,
retiring
Chris.
cringe 5 years ago, and that's true. You said
Chris.
we
I came up with a new word, cringe, and guess what? I retired that 2 years ago because that got out of date. I saw some comment, one comment online going, cringe, that is so really, I can't. And they came up with a better word to describe that cringe is actually cringier than
Cringe. I never used that
what
word.
you're trying to, anything you're trying to describe with the word. So I had to stop saying it. I don't know. And we need a word for this. I'm open to whatever word the Zoomers want to pick, as I always am. I'm not Rhett from Rhett and Link, who is really getting bummed out by AI and Zoomers. I participate with the Zoomers more than I participate with anybody else. So it's, you know, I welcome the word. But don't tell me Sydney Sweeney, who, by the way, you're not one of the Zoomer. You're a boomer. Get it? You're a millennial. To me, Zoomer shouldn't be what age group you are, you know, with this thing. Zoomer should be, are you cool? That's what a Zoomer is to me. Somebody who's cool. It's not just anybody who gets in the same grade. Sorry. You want to be a Zoomer, you want to take that cool title? Then you got to be... And there's still a difference. So the boomers and the millennials, they don't know a difference between every Zoomer to them is top of the line cool and they should take their...
I can only just
what
think
I'm
of
saying
Zoom,
is the ones that
you
are
know,
saying
like,
cringe is out.
and I don't like Zoom.
I object. And that's my only objection to the Zoomer movement in all of the stuff you've created so far. You know? So you don't be like I'm Philip DeFranco and I'm starting to turn. Again, nobody has been nicer to you than me. Really? So, Ice Spice, we gotta stand our ground with that. Don't let it infect, because then we hear it. This is what happens. You can put any song on 100 times and we'll like it. It doesn't matter what it is. This is why I never understood why anybody's concerned about, oh, what song should we pick for? It doesn't matter. Take any artist, put them on the radio as much as they play Drake or any of these other things. Remember the first time you heard Hotline Bling?
It's true. Repetition.
It was the most annoying,
repetition.
poorly,
it's like the strongest.
performed song you had ever heard. You
now that's one of your favorite songs?
No, yeah, this is one of me and Rick Beto, one of our top songs in rock. But I remember after they play Hotline Bling, you just keep playing that shit all over in the stores and the restaurants and the commercials. Just play it everywhere, and then it's an accepted song. It will be a hit, and just doesn't really matter. I wouldn't even invest time in making the music. And now you see it, 21 Savage, Ice Spice. They spend maybe an hour a year working on those songs. Ice Spice even admitted. She goes, I don't know, I'll just say some random shit.
She didn't say that.
And it takes 20 minutes. And it doesn't have to be in tune. It doesn't even have to be projected well. It doesn't have to, the quality doesn't even have to be good. So they don't retake
I
anything.
just say some shit.
21 Savage and Ice Spice going to say, yeah, like my lung, like my trunk. I was sitting in funk. And that's good enough, and everyone pushes that forward.
People love it.
I know, but, you know, obviously there's something wrong with it. And here's proof.
Yeah, if
21
you guys know your
Savage
epochs,
not only scams you with his music by being so proud, but he scams you
at 80
in real life while he plays cards. 50 card pick 'em up.
And then there's
is
one
the name of the game.
This
is where you put all the cards
What's that about?
on the ground. Whoever could grab as many faster wins. Except this version of it was 21 Savage's dumbed down version of 52 pick 'em up or whatever.
So I think this is interesting, and I want to know what you guys think about it. Josh mentioned that he just recently discovered he's Gen Z. I think epochs are so interesting, guys. So some say that millennials start, I'm 81, some say like it's 79 or 80, but depending on where you look, it can differ. Why is there one that's 7 years, guys? There's an epoch. Look it up. It's 7 years. And has a lot to do with men. And it happened, I want to say, in the late 80s, early 90s. I could be early 80s, mid 80s. And then there's some epochs that are 10 years and then some 20. This I do not understand. Like, who is making these decisions? Thank you. Asking for a friend.
How many cards are in a deck?
52.
52? Well, it's changing constantly.
52 cards
right?
have always been the amount of
By
cards
the
in the
amount
deck.
of times by how many jokers, maybe? Don't some brands give you a few more jokers? Don't some brands have
get
some
two
extra cards,
jokers.
advertising information?
Sometimes
about
you get
the
a dummy
company in there that's
card.
in the same shape
Two
of the
dummy
card.
cards.
That could count. So I would say a card is anywhere from 50 to 57 cards, depending on what kind of extras you might get. So sometimes I'm playing 57, pick them up, but no, 21 Savage is a dumbed
Because I don't know
down
what you're
version.
laughing about, but I'm sure.
Where, because he's, that would be too much work. So now he goes, all right, let me teach you a card game. You put all the cards face down. He's doing this, put them all face down. And then
Thank you, Ryan.
card,
That's another thing.
whoever has
Literally
hard card
every cell
win.
in our generate, in our
That's
bodies
the
generate
game.
every 7 years. So how
You
does
know.
aging happen?
Why not just hand each other
shouldn't,
your money like
unless
this
you
for an
tell
hour and
yourself
see if
it
that
is.
does anything? Because that's basically what it's
Yeah.
really retarded and very short. It's like something like a gambling
Why am I
addict would do.
reversing
And, 21 Savage opened my eyes to what's going on with a lot of these black guys with the gambling. These rappers. And you know what? I started to like rap a little less
I need
when
to
I
do
saw what
something
21
really clear
did
about
to Aiden. So let's show that clip really quick.
Next.
I want to publicly address this because it just happens and it's random. And a couple people commented like a few years ago. I am 100% not racist. I don't support Mike's jokes, whether they're jokes or whether he does actually feel this way. When he says stuff sometimes, I just want to say that in no way represents how I feel. And when I giggle, I think sometimes I giggle. I'm not laughing with him. I'm like, I feel maybe a little embarrassed. I'm not saying anything about anyone. I'm just saying that I personally am not a person that subscribes to any form of racism, whether it be like a joke or not. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Thank you. Message for a friend. It's so funny to me right now. Bye.
He cheated in cards. And they caught him red-handed. I hate when you catch a guy red-handed and he lies to your face.
Me too.
You'll see. You're going to really hate
What's
him.
worse than
I'm
this?
glad half of you have seen this. It seems like there's a percentage of people that have not seen this. Here's the full video. Should we do that? 216? Or there should be a comp, right? Comp
Yeah,
later?
the top two links are just
Hi,
a quick
David.
recap on the
I haven't
cheating
seen you in
card.
ages. You were born on a
Make sure we
mountaintop.
get one that kind of explains it. Because
Interesante.
I don't want to have to do the whole damn thing. Maybe this one will be good.
They're both, use both, I think.
Use both,
The
okay.
first one is the start, and then that one is a clip of him finding out. So that's the second one.
Yeah, but I swear there should be a compilation where somebody
Yeah,
else
the
edited.
first one.
Oh, the first one? Good. The first one looked like just a close-up of. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, here we go.
Do we have like a table where
Here,
we
but
can
go
sit
back
like
to the
this?
beginning so you can see his tat.
Okay. So here's 21 Savage standing here. Aiden's off running around, but they'll come back here and they're setting up their card game here on this table.
Nah, he's not gonna scam me. Trust. I know how to play that shit.
Okay, so they're going to play a card game. They've been sitting here gambling all day, which is very weird. So Aiden does a new thing where he invites friends over, gangstas, to come over and gamble with him on stream all day. And that's what they do. And they sit there in these very awkward situations. They're very fun to watch. We've been watching all of them. There was another one with, who do you have the other incident with? JPEG Mafia?
Playboy Cardi.
Playboy Cardi. Oh, another one of the greats. Playboy Cardi. Give me a break. That's another one that needs to get shut down. And it happens to be another one who pulled another scam with Aiden Ross. right after this one, a week after. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Aiden invites over gangsters. None of them take Aiden very serious because Aiden's crazy, right? So they all look at him as just some
Redbar
crazy
V1,
guy.
if you know
with
the
a ton of,
timestamp at all by any chance,
viewers, so they go
for
on the stream.
cops?
Usually Aiden has
I'm
to
just
pay them to come on
curious if it's
stream,
far from
thousands
here.
and thousands of dollars. In this case, 21 Savage comes on to just gamble with him all day. It would be like an 8-hour Red Bar, but we're just gambling. And we're doing all different types of gambling. And as soon as we get bored of one game, we go to another. So 21 Savage comes up with this game, like I told you, where you put all the cards down and then you just grab a card. Whoever has the highest card wins the pot. And we're going to catch 21 Savage, of course, cheating in that game, rigging the game, starting by pulling out his own deck of cards after suggesting to play the game, which were his marked cards. Everybody became an expert in these marked cards very quickly. Like Hassan was like, 21 Savage games with marked cards. Oh my God, he was using marked cards, yes. As if he's talking about marked cards all the time. Hassan adapts to these terms.
Very smart guy.
Very
I don't remember
quickly. To
that
me, I
one.
was
Is
like,
it this
marked cards?
episode?
What
It sounds funny
does
though.
that mean? It took a while. It took 3-4 days to figure out what the fuck kind of term this is. As a non-gambler, that's a tough one to figure out. So here he is. He takes out his own marked cards to use in the game. And of course, Aiden's just honored that 21 Savage, this big star, you know, all the kids, they love Playboy Cardi, 21 Savage. Those are the most high quality artists to them for some reason. Okay, so watch what 21 does.
Nah, he's not gonna scam.
This
you,
is why
trust.
we
I
hate
know
him.
how to play that shit.
He's pulling
Yeah.
out the cards.
Do we
Yeah.
have like a table where we could sit like this?
Yeah, the little circle.
Like a little circle of a table? Here.
What they call it. Yeah.
So this is a pro. He does this a lot.
You gotta play at least 1,000.
At least
All right,
a
I'll play it,
thousand.
bro. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna lose more, so it's fine.
High card.
High
At
card,
least
yeah.
1,000.
There you go.
The goon that then hands 21 Savage back a marked deck of cards as soon as Aiden turns away. Here's Aiden here playing Battle Station with the computer. Look at Sneaky Deaky 21 back here. Can we see a little
Sneaky deaky.
pistachio? Let's see. See his little face up there? Sneaky Deaky trickster. You know, when I first saw this, I go, surely he's probably going to get killed by some other. I mean, probably some guy probably had a hunch he was cheating in cards 2 years ago. Remember, this is how Offset died. Remember, they were playing dominoes. See, these brothers, they play dominoes,
Dice.
they play cards, they play dice, they gamble. Yeah, they don't really like meet up for coffee and all talk. The rappers. You saw Vultures? They're very awkward when they meet up with each other. You saw the Vultures listening party. You've got all the rappers there, and they're all kind of as if each one of them has, social anxiety all of a sudden. So when they get together, all they could think of is, you want to gamble? Look at the Vultures. And they're getting very slow, very sleepy, and they're not. You know, I wouldn't have a
Very
problem with this if they were
sleepy.
providing, Baby Keem is a great example. Baby Keem should be what these guys, you know what I mean? Like
Love him.
that should be,
Love that
it
little
should be
boy.
Baby Keem level. But you guys aren't putting in the work. You guys are taking the money, but you're not putting in the quality. It's no different than Cheap Champions. We could do the Cheap Champions of rap songs who spent the least on the project. Taking money, taking them streams, and then scamming people. You got to cheat at cards here as well. So that really put a bad taste in my mouth. That was like a turning point for me. I started hating the Vultures more. I started thinking about Kanye West's hotel party where all the Vultures guys were there and how nasty they were and humanity-less to each other. And then I see him and you're robbing people. You're already a rich, famous celebrity rapper. And you're robbing people while a camera's rolling. You're that scummy still. Maybe Anthony Cumia was right. That's what I thought. But then, of course,
There's more. There's more.
there's more. Okay. He actually redeemed himself. The cut to the end of the story. 21 Savage is now back on my, I like this guy. And we'll get there, but here's the rest of this. We'll show how he cheated very quick to the... I really, when I came here, I didn't think I'd have to show this part, so I didn't even plan on it. I assumed everybody had seen the video, was up to date, but actually, when 21 Savage was hosting SNL, I didn't see any comments about this and all that stuff. So maybe there's a lot of people who don't know that 21 Savage cheated in cards while gambling with thousands and thousands of dollars. And if he's done it this time in front of a camera, he's done it again and again and again. And he owed nigga money! And there's going to be a dice game shootout where one of the Migos goes down.
What, Ryan? Yes, the Migos, very
you know,
similar.
you might have gotten away with it so far, but believe me, there are brothers out there who are now, what the hell? Man, he told me that she was all my hair. He gaslighted me.
A lot of what Mike is saying, I'm going to go to the 40 point, please, because I didn't tell you guys, I am going to the Oscars. No, just kidding. My Oscar hair. That's good Oscar hair, right? So I used to work at Sky Bar. For a while, I was like a hostess at the Mondrian where Sky Bar is, and Cardi B and Migos or Offset, whoever her husband or ex-husband was, used to come in there all the time. And I just remember hearing like that first song. It's literally like dirty Coke, Sprite. What is it? Dirty Sprite. Dirty Sprite. Like that's all they say. But also I'm telling you, like from seeing them in real life, it was just like, I can do it for you, know? Like, I don't know why this was like a thing. And maybe it was like circa 2019, a thing that I didn't know about. But it was like, almost like every celebrity would walk in with their phone on FaceTime. It was like, it's like, hi, welcome to Sky Bar. Would you guys like to sit? It was like so stupid. It's like, what's even happening? Did I pass 40 minutes? Hold on, let me find this. We at way before 40, I think. Oh, do not play with me like this today. Thank you. Yeah, we're at like 3. 47, 40. Ooh.
And people there. Is that right, Jules? Okay. Let's see if I remember this. This is very similar to Kanye's Carnival.
This is just checking in on the scene of the crime. We all love.
Oh,
Aaron
this is after
Imholt.
the Burning Man, right?
Of course.
Aaron Imholt. By the way, he was a troop. I wish every troop would do this. Could you imagine? And I like fire. I like pyro. I like stage pyro. This was just stage pyro to me.
I do not know Cardi B.
And yes, I first watched the edited version of this where they put a blurry square over him.
I do not know Cardi B. I've seen her. I've helped her. I do not know her.
No, I don't watch violence.
Look at this video of this kid getting dragged. Look at this video.
I go through enough violence every month with my health.
And he won't look. He won't look at any murder videos.
That shows that I'm a better person. I'm a good person. Tom Segura, he watches this stuff. He brags about it with Joe Rogan.
Not me.
Not us, not I. So here they are, and they're outside. Here's Aaron Imholt. Again, he's back. This is the guy who burned himself. He's fine now. He's one of the cops now guarding the thing. Here's another cop here. And then these are all the protesters, of course. Let's see what they do. Let's turn that up. This is one of my favorite vids of the week. Here we go.
You killed that man! You killed that man! You pulled your guns out!
This is getting crazy.
Goddamn fire extinguishers!
So they got
What
this from
city
the
are they
video.
in? Does anyone know? Redbar Rewind?
Guns instead of the fire extinguisher. Guys, you know how hard it is to find a fire extinguisher when you need one? I've got one. God fucking knows where. You know, if a fire broke out here, it would take me longer to put it out. That was very, very quick. Okay? And yes, you do also have to aim a gun at somebody who's doing this, okay? You don't know if he's going to start shooting fireballs or what else. He might have a bomb on him. You know, he could blow up. So, yes, you do have to aim a gun right in front of this gate here. You can't be that close to the embassy, so they're very upset. Imagine being upset. And by the way, this was a troop. This was a troop who did, I'm part of the food, not bombs ideology here. Okay, I like to drop food on these struggling countries, not bombs. That's me. You know how much money I've donated to drop food on these countries? Well, there's dynamite inside this food that I drop, but listen to this bitch.
You killed that man! You killed that man!
Listen
You
to this
pulled
bitch.
your guns out instead of goddamn fire extinguishers! You pulled your guns out!
They weren't there.
Instead of fire extinguishers! You pulled your...
News to share. You can't see it here, but over here it says news to share.
This
Well,
stuff
it's
is
like
getting
too
out of
lazy to
control.
try.
To them.
News to share. Yeah. Is it just me, or are you guys really, really scared of these pro-Palestinian women?
No, they're
That's-
cool.
Oh, they're cool?
They're like, go, 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 go. Ride and shake like a kangaroo.
Yeah, listen to this. They're all very like that. And that's what I think. I think most Kanye's fans are like pro-Palestinian now.
Guns out instead of fire extinguishers! You killed that man! You killed that man! You killed Aaron Bushnell! You did! All of you! All of you fucking...
You're right,
criminals.
Ryan.
You
Vape just
killed
looked
that
like
man.
Aaron's flame.
Yeah.
He's not human.
Ooh, I would love to.
don't
And I can't
care.
believe
I'll
they all get
it
to
off
be
of
right
this
where it
plane.
happened. They cleaned that up pretty quick. I don't even see a stain on the ground. They all get to
know.
be at that place.
Are
You'd
they
think
sure this is the right place?
this is right by Dasha's house, right? The embassy.
I mean, I feel bad for these police
So
officers.
very
They're
exciting to
getting
be
it
there.
on
I wish I could
every-
have been there
from, like,
to
every
see where the man
direction from all these people.
self-immolated.
Yes.
But I thought it's annihilation, annihilate, or
It's an immolation, annihilation.
what does immolate mean?
Burn.
Really? It's interesting that that's the word, the phrase they chose to use for this whole thing. Self-immolate.
They could just say
I can't get
burn
over that.
himself.
I really just learned that. And Hassan is talking about that phrase as if he's known it his whole life, which maybe he has. Knowing the kind of guys he hangs out with, maybe he has. But
He's
watch
like,
this.
self-immolation is really normal. That's just what people do.
I think I'm going to take another vocal
I love it when
zone
Jules makes that
product.
voice.
I don't know. I'm going to take a vocal zone.
Some of them said to not do it too many times a day. So
Listen,
you're
my
gonna fuck
throat
something
is,
up.
it seems like my throat is swelling up here. It's actually doing the reverse. Well, no, this one's going to be annoying. Let's try this one.
Here, use this.
Good God. Clear voice. Let's try this one. I think this one works better. I swear, since using this, I'm even more congested. And I'm not I wasn't even congested before this.
See, it's making it work.
Okay, this one has a sting.
It's one of those things that makes
All
you
right,
buy
but
more
watch
of
this.
it.
There's a great chant coming up, and I think we're going to adopt this chant, right? What was the point of this? Here, watch this.
I just like the new chants, okay?
You
Listen to
all
this.
killed that man!
Do you guys remember you were about to lose your job? Do you feel the flames yet, she said?
Who cares?
Do you feel the flames yet?
Exactly where you're
There
standing.
it is. Look at that.
Exactly
Not bad.
where you're standing. A man burns to death. Quit your job!
Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job.
Quit your job!
Okay,
This
but
is
then that
horrible.
leaves the opportunity for another man to self-immolate if there's no guards.
It's confusing on whether they like the immolation or not.
Seems like they do,
Because here they are
and
blaming him, but then on Twitter they're like, I love this immolation.
Do you guys
this
remember in
rock."
I'm sure
2020 that
that's
woman?
what we
was like,
encourage people
"You
to
about
do
to
this
lose
themselves.
your
Whether
job."
you're on either side,
You were
please,
about to-
please.
Same thing, just like to
Figure out where to
innocent
get the
police
gas from. I would say the
officers.
gas station's the best place. That's the most flammable gas. Don't use
Not
lighter
all
fluid. That'll go
police
right out.
officers are innocent,
You know how many
what I'm
times
saying?
I've doused myself with starter fluid from, Zippo fluid and stuff like that? That just burns off, okay? That's just like cooking alcohol. That's not going to do it.
Okay,
the
I'm
gas
gonna
station, you
peace
get your
out,
90
guys. I think that's a
octane.
good place.
Pour that on
And my girl Sloan is live, so you should head over to Sloan Bella at Sloan Bella, and that live will be a lot of fun. Anything but the stupid Oscars, right? I mean, I don't know. We can watch the recaps tomorrow, right? Thank you for being here always, and I'll see you guys soon. Have an amazing evening and a better